Welcome back. A jury in New York says that former U.S. President Donald Trump should pay more than $80 million in damages for defaming writer E. Jean Carroll. The award includes $7.3 million for emotional harm, $11 million for reputational harm, $65 million in punitive damages. The jury was only deciding damages because it has been told to accept the findings of another jury that concluded Trump sexually abused Carroll in a department store change room in 1996. For more on this outcome, we're joined live by Richard Davis, former assistant Watergate special prosecutor. Thanks for joining us here live on CB24 on your weekend. So, what do you make of this case and the following ruling here?
Well, you know, it's an example of he can't control himself. This case really was made worse for him because after the first case, he continued to defame Jean Carroll. So that's what I think the jury saw. That's what hurt him. And they observed him in court. And that's why I think you had such a large punitive damage award.
And with that, do you think it will hurt him? I've almost lost track of the amount of court cases he is currently a part of right now. We just saw Ron DeSantis pull out of the Republican nomination heading into the primary. So do you think this does anything to impact his immediate future and trying to win the election in 2024?
Politically, I don't think this really impacts him. He's sort of baked this into the system, that the system is against him. It's part of how he's using it for his campaign. I think that the only of these legal proceedings that I think could impact is if he gets convicted in the trial where he's been criminally charged for his participation in trying to overthrow the 2020 election. But I think for better or worse, or probably in my view worse, I think for his supporters, he's just used his demagoguery skills to diffuse any impact on his actual re-election chances.
Right. Well, yeah, let's talk about that one a little bit, about what happened in January 6th. What do you think? How do you think that might potentially play out here in terms of the outcome and also what kind of repercussions it could have for him?
That could be serious. I mean, in the sense that there are polls which show that there are voters who say, I'm with him, but if he gets convicted in a criminal case like that, that would raise a pause. It also might depend on who testifies. There's reports, but I don't know if they're accurate, that Mark Meadows, his former chief of staff and founder of the Freedom Caucus, may testify against him. If he testifies against him, I think that will hurt. So I think this is the one case that it won't impact his most strongest, dedicated supporters. But that is the one case that if he's actually convicted, I think could impact his electoral chances in a material way.
And in terms of this is a big number, $80 million, $83.3 million to be exact. For those like me who are not an expert here, how does that get paid out? Is literally just coming out of Trump's account? Or how does this work?
Well, first of all, there are appeals, and there was the appeal of the first case. And indeed, if for any reason being found liable in the first case is overturned, that would mean this case would be overturned because the judge in this case said it's only damages because he was found liable in trial number one. So you have the appeal in that case. Then, and that if that's sustained, he'll appeal the amount of the damages. Although I think the jury has a pretty wide discretion in terms of the compensatory damages for emotional distress and reputational harm, and for punitive damages, it's a little less than 4 times the amount of the compensatory damages, which is generally upheld.
All right, Richard Davis, a former assistant Watergate special prosecutor. Thanks so much for clearing this up, and also, kind of, I guess, foreshadowing to see the next court case again, to see how that could potentially affect the former president. Thanks so much. I do appreciate your analysis.